for security. There's a whole set of different things I believe that need to be addressed when we talk about electronic poll books, and if that's the way that we want to go. Basically what I'm asking for the board's vote today is just, is that something that we would still like to pursue? I'm more than happy to spear that and to bring vendors in that are certified, talk to them about the safety of that method. I can tell you we did get some positive reviews from the public at the demo about electronic poll books. So it's not something I'm asking for it to be, you know, a certain date or a vendor or a selection, but just is it something that if the board believes that I should pursue, or should I just kind of leave that, you know, stay at this point?
Michael, do you have any feedback? The public is one thing, but how about the poll workers?
Absolutely love them.
Okay, that was easy.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you'd like a motion, you know, we can, what?
I would like to comment first.
Well, I never prevent you from commenting, Commissioner, do I? Yeah, absolutely. You know, you certainly should be able to comment. So go ahead.
Thank you. Michael, you know, I had an article that recommended against the poll books. And after viewing them at the expo and other places, and also experiencing things with iPhones and iPads, which is essentially what these are. In my humble opinion, this is the vulnerability, the weak spot in our voting systems if we get these, because they contain personal information of all of our voters in Lebanon County. If you have an iPhone, you can do airdrops, and people can hack into your things using hotspots and whatever. You are not safe with your computer. When it's turned on, they can hack in. And for this reason, I highly recommend going after these poll books. I think that it would be a mistake. I completely agree with the proposal that we went through today on the voting machines, but I have to draw the line for myself when it comes to these poll books. We're trying to improve so we don't have voter fraud. This would be the weak spot that would allow voter fraud. I just, and also personal identity theft. I just can't support that.
All right. Certainly appreciate your feelings and your comments on that. Actually, we already have the greatest vulnerability for voter fraud, and that is that we do not require personal ID for people to vote. And hopefully someday we'll be courageous enough to address that at a state level or a national level. On the other hand, I think that we do not want to, at this point in time, curtail at least the possibility of looking at electronic poll books and getting good demonstrations and representations and a professional view on vulnerability and those kinds of things. So if I can get a motion to just move forward and let Michael at least bring folks in to demonstrate these and so on, I would take that.
Additional study. I'll so move.
Do I have a second?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'm willing to make the second, so a motion and a second on the floor to at least allow Michael to move forward with exploring. So
Transparency.
all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes, Michael, 2-1.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much for all of you and for your support of my office and in this process. I know it's not easy, a lot of information, a lot of emails back and forth, so I just wanted to say thank you for making this process, even though it was long, much easier, much smoother than it has been in a lot of other counties. And, you know, and I don't mean to keep holding your time, but I also think it's very important the public understands that one of the reasons why this process was smooth for our county was because of the fine job that you have done as commissioners to put us in a financial situation where we were just not dependent on an outside source to come in here and bail us out when we need this. You have all three done an excellent job of putting us in a place where I never had to worry. Yes, money is an issue, and yes, we need to make sure that we're doing our due diligence, but it wasn't in a place where we could not do anything because this county was not financially able to do anything. So thank you for that, for the many years of your hard work in getting this county in the financial situation that we're in. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'd just like to address the identity that you talked about.
Voter suppression.
And first of all, we have 3 forms of required identity when someone walks into the polls. Some are obvious. One is facial recognition, one is voice recognition, and the other is a signature. I have been a notary public for close to 50 years. The time I started and the law today remain the same. If I can personally verify someone, you do not need additional ID. That is the law. And to change it, when you have something that you're producing, a computer can replicate that. And with all of that being said, I think we have the most dependable and reliable forms of ID possible, things that people can't duplicate, things that people can't steal from you. And I'm very happy with the forms of ID that we are currently using.
It's very scientific as well, I might add. You're relying on poll workers to recognize literally for thousands of people by facial
People
recognition.
in their neighborhood who they see at the post office, the bank, the grocery store, on the street raking leaves. These are their friends and neighbors.
All right, we're finished with that discussion.
Would you like to, motion to adjourn?
I would like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
Okay,
We're adjourned. Thank you.
thank you.